Reports and communications. We'll go with city council reports, and we'll start off this evening with Councilmember Espandola.
Thank you, Mayor. It's always nice to have you here with us. And Mr. I love sitting next to Councilman Harris. I love hanging out with my friend over here on the side. So nothing to report on the homeless situation, but I think we have some potential things that may be coming up here in the near future. Feather River, I'm part of the Feather River Air Quality Management District now. And I'm on a very steep learning curve on that particular board, but it was a very good board meeting. They cover local air quality, which they authorize construction and permits, permits specifically with opening, burning, ag diesel equipment and registration. They have several grants that they give out in the community, and one that we reviewed was from the Blue Sky program, which I didn't realize that the Feather River Air Quality Management District did. And we funded $330,000 to Wheatland School District to replace a school bus from 1997 to a 1999 bus. And I also learned that other school districts in the Sutter, Yuba area have benefited from this particular fund and grants and been able to provide for our school district, which I thought was really neat. Previously working in the school district, no longer doing my own work here now. So in addition, I was appointed by our new board chair, Fletcher, and vice chair, Gag, on the Policy and Finance Committee. So I'll be joining that committee as well for the Feather River Air Quality. Then this week, it's been a busy week, or 2 weeks, North Sacramento Valley Integrated Regional Water Management Group. We had a lengthy discussion about groundwater and the sustainability of groundwater and management. It's a critical issue because not knowing what the impacts of droughts or the change in weather, one statement was made, if anybody in the board or the group was able to predict the weather, you can really make yourself a good chunk of money because it's so unpredictable. But in the sense of water, it impacts growth. It's vital in the economy of California and environmental sustainability. So long discussion, but really good meeting. We have a couple of grants that we've gotten for the Gilsizer drainage there to help take care of some of the drainage in our city. And our next meeting will not be until August 2nd. My next meeting with the Regional Water Authority is going to be later this week, and I already reported about the Sutter Butte flood control. Just to reemphasize on the Sutter Butte flood control, a huge work that has been done since 2005 has been working on strengthening our levees on the west side of our city from northern Butte County all the way south to Yolo County. And it's a stretch about 35 miles of this work that's been done for over 20 years. So Michael, I think, is going to reach out and talk with our new city manager, set up an appointment, and he's reaching out to do presentations. But this 200-year flood protection certificate is a really important one for our community, more than I even knew about, to be honest, how important it is in development, insurance, safety, people, and property. The breakage that occurred in the 1955, this Shanghai Bend area, it was that's where the development of the actual levee repair began. And so it's done a tremendous work from Sutter Buttes. Some of it has been done by the Army Corps, and which is about, I think, another 7-mile stretch. There's a few little pieces left down on the south, but the total bill on this is about almost $340 million and more. But our levees are safe at this point, so we'll know more about that later. I wanted to share one thing that it's more on a lighter note, but also an important note, because I want to say thank you first to our mayor, because when had the discussion about celebrating women and celebrating Women's History Month, it was an idea to include all the women in our city of Yuba City who work for our city. And the mayor's always been extremely open and supportive to those kinds of ideas. And so the word that he and I always talk about is, how do we make this equitable and how do we include as many people as we can? So I want to say thank you for really being a support in that. And the same thing for Dave. I know you just started, but your support in this is really important. And you said, hey, how do we get everyone involved and encourage the message? The idea of Women's History Month is to really celebrate women. The challenges that us women face are beyond measure sometimes. And I love wearing this mask because it talks about women belong in all places where decisions are being made. And oftentimes, those are not easy steps to take forward as a woman, in particular, even politics or in non-traditional jobs. And so I've seen how women have so much an undeniable strength and a perspective that is really valued in the workplace. And I've seen how much they do so much for us here in our city. And so that's why we started this campaign. It was really less about the aspect of, oh, hear me roar, but I think mostly it's just hear me and see me. I believe that so many times women are not heard all the way through and not seen. And it's not because we choose to be in that position, it just sometimes happens to be placed in that position. And so I thought it was really important, in particular COVID this last year. I've heard from so many women in our community how hard it's been, the hardships, the struggles, and the opportunity to really bring light and energy and really share this message across our community, bring a little bit of sunshine in the aspect of the work that we do. And this could not have been done without Sierra Wakefield, who's back here. She's really the master person behind all the campaign. Katie Goodman from the community policing coordinating from the police department. Christy Davis from the customer services representative from finance. Our women in our city were able to capture all these ideas and put it together in a matter of about a day, 2 days and a half. And so the challenge was put out. I contacted Yuba and Sutter County supervisors and asked them to join in and share, highlight, and who are your women in your county working for you or working with you, and the cities, Marysville and Live Oak. I invited them to a friendly challenge in the sense that I think that the more that we just, as I started to say, that as we all work together, the opportunities are always going to be better. You know, this month is a month to be able to celebrate and to really recognize all the women that work for the city of Yuba City. And I'm extremely, extremely proud to be here to be able to voice those things for them and with them. And I will continue to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Councilmember Harris.
All right. Real quick on the boards and commissions here. The Regional Housing Authority had a board meeting. We talked about occupancy and wait list reports, a lot of basic business things going on. There's a new voucher for foster youth for kids who were formerly in foster care, but they've aged out of the system, so they're going to be getting vouchers for some housing. They are 75% complete with a rehab of 17 units at Richland Housing Center. They took a tour down there. They're looking really good. And of course, New Haven right there in the corner of Percy Well, it's not Percy across the street, but anyway, near Percy and Garden. New Haven is still scheduled for completion on May 17th. SACOG, lots of meetings for that, a lot of moving parts in that organization, a lot of programs, a lot of progress, a lot of planning, a lot of administration things. However, the one action item we had at our meeting within the last 2 weeks was we approved the 2021 to 2024 Metropolitan Transportation Improvement Program Amendment, which is basically something that's required by the state every 2 years to update the status of pre-approved, new, completed, and revised projects as a way to maintain qualification for federal funds. It affects more than 500 transportation projects in our region and also serves as a revision to our Metropolitan Transportation Plan, Sustainable Community Strategy, finally known as the MTPSCS. So again, like I said, mostly administrative in nature, but it does still serve to ensure that we properly document and publicly, the information that is publicly available is the most up to date. We also had a workshop at the time led by Dr. Stephen Mendenian regarding housing policy and racial inequality. So there's an intersection between those two things, and discuss the applicability and application of policy within that. It was regarding land use, residential segregation, and racial inequality. It was pretty interesting to hear some of the things and some of the concepts he came up with that explained some of the barriers that are rather innocuous at the beginning, but the trickle-down effect, unintentional, at least hopefully, reduces opportunities for some folks. And so SACOG is putting light on that issue, historical problem, and trying to do the best that we can to change policy and direction to make it right, or at least more fair. Let's see here, Transit Authority. Big topic, of course, is the new facility. They had several potential sites laid out. They narrowed it down to 3, appointed an ad hoc committee to get together and do a deeper dive into all the concepts and all the criteria of what a proper site and location would look like and where it would be. We did meet Monday, which would be yesterday, and made a recommendation, made a decision on a recommendation which will be presented to the board at our next meeting. The next scheduled meeting has been canceled, so it'll be after that. And then finally, Yuba City Arts and Culture Board meeting. Many programs are still continuing. They've done, and I said this before, they've done a really, really good job maintaining a presence and staying active in a community, particularly online. They've really thought outside the box. There's a veterans art program going on online. I could go on and on. I would just recommend folks go to the website, and more than likely there's going to be something going on the day you look at it, because they are really active and doing a great job. We are they're on the verge of taking possession of the Sutter Theater, so the two agencies are melding into one. And it's not a sale. They are giving the Sutter Theater to Yuba City Arts and Culture at no cost. As a matter of fact, they're also going to get an estimated $50,000 from a previous asset they're going to sell, and then to give it to Yuba City Arts to kind of kickstart the program. So a lot of exciting things happening there. Hopefully we can start seeing some conspicuous changes and improvements going on out in front of the Sutter Theater, because it really is a great opportunity for some culture, folks to express themselves here in Yuba City. And that is it for my stuff. Want to say welcome to our new city manager. Very welcome, and also happy birthday to our new city manager. Thank you very much, Dave. I didn't realize that. I'm not a Facebook person, but thanks to Facebook, I knew to say that. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Kirchner.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
I'd like to start by welcoming our new Planning Commission. Folks that were nominated tonight, congratulations. Look forward to working with you in the future. Busy last couple of weeks, met with the new city manager. And once again, welcome, Dave. Expecting great things. No new business. no committee meetings. There was some training, online training, to take a look at. I am happy to report that the Yuba City Gold Sox, they're selling season tickets, so they're looking at moving forward with their season. And this weekend, I worked with my favorite organization, Say Love, down at the River Bottoms over in Marysville. It's amazing to see our community get together like that. Just the amount of resources brought together, and folks that work just boots on the ground, hard work. Believe me, I was feeling it the next day to hopefully make an impact and make our community a better place. And that's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Vice Mayor Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. To our city manager, welcome again and happy birthday. I will not ask which one this is, but happy birthday. Yeah. Oh, you're not even the speed limit sign yet. You're good, sir. All right. As Councilmember Harris talked about, we had the Transit Authority meeting a couple of weeks ago. As I chair that, I appointed a ad hoc committee, and I'm looking forward to the results because we had 2 properties on the Yuba County side, 1 property on the Sutter County side. And so I appointed 2 from each side to look at it really independently to see what's best for both of our communities. And looking forward to that report coming out because every property they have to look at has its challenges. So I'm looking forward to that. GSEC, got upcoming meetings with GSEC and looking to expand there. And I'm sure all you guys saw the reaction from GSEC today about supporting Major League Soccer because that got pulled out of the region, so they're looking to step in there. EDC will be coming up in the next couple of weeks as well, and love working with the 2 of them to see how we can better this community and bring growth here and the opportunities. To Sir Optimist, thank you guys. Congratulations on 100 years because thank you for the pin. None of you looked a day over 100, I tell you, because it's amazing. They were all here, I guess, in 1921 and here tonight. But great organization. You guys do an awful lot for this community. So Sir Optimist, thank you. I want to focus on one thing real quick and say thank you to all of our Yuba City staff because everyone that is employed by the city, we have been on this journey now in this thing called COVID for a year. And you hear it in the news, everybody's coming up on COVID fatigue. We're all tired of this crap. Just call it what it is. We're tired of everything that goes with it. And I just want to say thank you to our team, Mr. City Manager, our former interim city manager, Ms. Langley. During the past year, you guys have done, pardon the French, a hell of a job in supporting everybody in this community, keeping this community open, because we'll call it what it is. We have the guidelines we have to kind of work around, but we've been open and some sort of normalcy, and I really do appreciate that, and it does not go unnoticed by, I know, any of the 5 of us up here. So, you guys have kept City Hall going. We opened these chambers many months ago, and have always invited the public in. And we've tried to do what's right. So thank you. Please extend the thanks all the way down and to our city attorney. Look over there and he's nodding. That's like, don't forget me, bud. I get it. You have guided us this last year with the legalese of how we can weave and bob through everything that's been going on. And I appreciate the guidance. Chief, you guys have done a great job as well. So kind of making the room there. But together, we have actually made a difference, and I just want to stop for a minute and say thank you. So the last thing that I have is we are still trudging forward with the Bogue Stewart Master Tax Exchange Agreement. Hopefully, we will eventually reach an end to that. It's had documents drawn up. I know it's with the county, and we're getting feedback from them, and I sincerely hope that we can come to an agreement here very shortly and get this behind us because it's another part of Yuba City's, future and our history, because it will be our history soon. It's been on the books for a long time. It's a great opportunity, and I look forward very much to the day that we can all come before these chambers and get something finally approved. So that's what the last couple of weeks have looked like, Mr. Mayor, and thank you.
Thank you. I did not have any outside committee assignments, and I was actually in the state of Kansas where it was freezing cold, watching my twin boys play college baseball. I think I probably would have preferred to be in a meeting here in California than suffering through that. I did find out something that probably you all know, but there are actually heated jackets that one can get. Yeah. Not necessary here in California. But first and foremost, I want to thank the public for being here tonight. You know, it's good to see some people here in the audience. For quite a long time, even though we were open, it didn't have a lot of folks, and you know, it's good to have the public interaction. That's what this is all about. So thank you all who took the time to come out here tonight. Just to add on to the Vice Mayor's discussion on the master tax exchange agreement, we do have. This thing continues. Trudge is a good word. You know, everybody's trying to do their due diligence to make the best agreement, but it is time to get this thing taken care of in the best interests of the county and the city. And we're looking forward to our peers over there in Sutter County to get together with us here shortly and put that thing to bed. I do want to. Again, and I'll only do this briefly, but it's interesting to see Diana sitting on the audience. I'm used to looking over here, and now I got to look at Dave. But that's
Did she get any further away?
yeah.
I don't think there's a chair behind there.
No, but again, yeah. But thank you for your service to us, and thank you for assisting in the transition. I know that it's been very meaningful and helpful as Mr. Vaughn has assumed his duties. Happy birthday, sir. Welcome to your seat up there in the upper level, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. I want to acknowledge three outgoing planning commissioners, Daria Ali, who served 2 terms with us, Janice Shannon, who served two terms with us, and Dale Eiler. And we'll be setting forth an acknowledgement of their service to the city. So I want to thank them for their service. In this evening, I would like to close in remembrance of John Toscano. John Toscano has been a longtime friend of the city. I found out today doing a little research. He even got a key to the city. I didn't even know we gave those things out. But John was instrumental in the Sutter Theater, but also in a lot of other projects downtown. And you know, he will definitely be missed. He was somebody that I know through my past fire experience. He wasn't always the easiest to deal with, but he was fair. And he was a good man, and he will be missed as far as the city goes. Anyway, with that, again, thank you all for being here tonight. If you're watching us on TV or on video, thank you for participating, and we will adjourn. Thank you.